Hello, hello, hello. This is our podcast Image with
Aaliyah.
And Alicia.
And Megan.
and I Sada as your host. Today's broadcast will be episode 1 and we're gonna talk about body dysmorphia. So what is your opinions on body dysmorphia and like body shaming in general?
I honestly feel like it's just wrong, and it's just sad to be honest because there's a lot of people who like get confidence to appreciate their bodies, and then there's people who will just go and just ruin it for them for no reason.
That's true. And I also wanna add on, especially in like the generation that we live on today, the internet is a really big thing and very much influential and influential. I said influential and like very impressionable. So people will base their own body type on someone that doesn't have their body type, and it's kind of sad to see them go in all times of extreme length to get that dream body.
Yeah, and people try to make themselves look like other people so that, because they feel so bad about themselves, they just want to be somebody else.
That's true. Especially growing up, I was I mean, I know it's not as much as like a bigger person getting body shamed, but I was ridiculed about the size I was and how much it impacted me. So I was always like, that's how I kind of like, if you see me in real life, I wear a lot of baggy clothes because I just feel comfortable and I feel like no one's judging me under them, which I really like. So, yeah. What are your opinions on that?
Um, like I said before, like I just feel like it's like really sad. Like people, I honestly don't understand why people body shame. It's most likely because they're like insecure in themselves, and they feel like it's cool for them to put down other people.
Have you ever been body shamed before?
No, I have not, but my best friend was. There was this guy in my school, and my best friend came crying to me, saying that she was body shamed just now, and like she was like really angry, and I became angry too. So I went up to him and I confronted him, and I was like, "Why would you do something like that?" And all he did was just like laugh. So I was like, "Do you really think it's funny for you to put down other females like that and like talk bad on them or like anybody in general?" And he never answered me, but I told my best friend that her body was beautiful and like there's no reason for her to listen to other people's opinions. She should just appreciate herself for who she is.
Sure. What do you think, Alyssa? Have you ever been body shamed before?
Yeah, I have. My best friends, they body shame me too, but honestly, I just don't care. I just ignore it because I'm happy with myself.
Yeah, sure. And self-love is a really long journey. I'm not saying you can't do it, but like it's possible, but it takes a really long time to like accept the body that you're in and to feel like you're enough. Some people are not there yet, but I hope in one day they will be there. And also, I'm happy now, in the especially TikTok. TikTok is the most downloaded app in our generation, actually. So I find it really sad, especially young kids. Young kids are actually downloading TikTok, so I find it real sad that they're seeing all these images and like women of body shaming. So like I just feel like body shaming has becoming more influential to a younger audience every time. When it accepts me, it makes me feel terrible, and I feel bad for them
And
because
then once those kids download TikTok and they see like all the comments of women or men being body shamed, they're gonna start to think it's okay. Then they're gonna start to do it.
exactly, like it's a normal thing, and they should just suck it up, which is really not okay. And like the thing, I never understand the normalization of bullying people on the internet with our generation. It never made sense to me, and never. I don't like how it's desensitized and how we just we're just raised to like to ignore it, which is really not it. There was no reason for you to put that comment out there and to make that person feel bad. There was no reason for that. I don't understand why people do that.
Right, and when people try to like post themselves on social media about like their weight loss journeys and stuff, people are just like they're just still gonna come body shame you even though you probably look the way you've always wanted to look, and they'll just they'll just downgrade you, and it'll probably or probably not make you go into this like depressed state of mind where like you don't want to talk to nobody and you're just not feeling it anymore.
And I also realized like if somebody's like too overweight, they will get bullied for it. But if somebody's also like too skinny, they will also be bullied for it too, which honestly doesn't make sense because you're telling someone to lose weight and once they do, like you make fun of them for it. If they get too skinny, then you tell them to gain weight. If they gain too much weight, then you know.
I feel like body shaming comes from, again, it's not a recent thing. Each generation has their own dream body type. Like I think in the early 2000s, the P was the main body type, meaning you should have big boobs and a small waist and like a flat butt. Now in our generation with the Kardashians and BBLs becoming the new trend, having an hourglass figure and a tiny waist is the it thing right now. But the thing about it right now that I don't see make sense that people are putting their lives on the line for a body type that's gonna be out of trend in about like 5 years tops. So that's why I'm just like, is it really worth it for you to go through all that ridicule and self harm to your body to achieve this look? So yeah, that's how I feel. Who have anybody ever body shamed someone? No. How do you feel? Like as like a joke or like as anything?
No, I haven't, because either way, if it's a joke or not everybody will take it as a joke, and they'll either like stop eating or try to eat more just to gain weight or lose weight. And it's honestly wrong that people try to hide hate as a joke.
That is true. Like sometimes I be like, I joke with my friends and I be when they eating a lot, I be like, oh my god, you're so fat. But like I don't really mean it, and like I reassure them that I don't mean it because it just has to be. It depends like who I'm close with. Like that's just like the language that we talk. But if I'm being serious, I always like try to consider people's emotions other than mine when it comes to that type of topic.
Yeah, and people take things like too seriously, and they'll like Aaliyah said, they'll starve themselves just to like so that they don't have to hear you say those mean insulting comments that obviously are a joke.
No, even like sometimes when I'm on TikTok, like I will be seeing girls with like pretty bodies, and like once I check the comments, like I see like young girls in the comments talking about, oh, I wish I looked like this and stuff, and then like I will see some comments saying, oh, I'm gonna starve myself so
Oh
I
my
can look just
god.
like this.
Yes. I really got those comments like, what the hell? Like, and it's kind of bad on both ends because like the girl filming the video now feels bad for showing off her body and making other people feel bad about their bodies. So it's like a hit miss situation. And like some people will like accuse that girl of body checking when really she wasn't body checking. She was just expressing herself. I never understood that term body checking. It just never made sense to me. Like, I don't know. Like, That's that I was following one creator. She's saying that majority of her followers hate her, which is kind of like weird. I didn't understand what she was talking about until like she explained like a lot of people follow. If you have either a huge following on TikTok, either they're waiting on your downfall or some of them are some percentile really actually enjoy your content. But majority of the content is like some of them are actually just waiting to follow you just to like to follow your face, which is really upsetting and disappointing that people have put their energy just to do that. I don't understand. Anybody else have any say in like and one song that I feel like every girl should listen to, if you feel like insecure about your body, um, especially I really like how like in artists are starting. I really like artists who trying to speak out about the issues of body shaming and about self-love. And one of my favorite artists who do that is Melanie Martinez. I think you guys know her. She, with her album K to 12, and the song Orange Juice, she talks about anorexia and how people shouldn't really like, do all the have like doing all these eating disorders to make their body feel look like the beauty standard. And also Strawberry Shortcake talks about the sexualization of girls and how like we get sexualized for the most littlest things, which is really like a good song, and it puts everything in perfect words about how we as girls or girls, boys, and theys and thems go through in life of body shaming and just being like judged in society.
I want to add on to that because I just wanted to speak on like how I realize like a lot of women, like depending on how they dress, like if they were like short skirts or something, men will be in their comments saying, "Oh, they're asking for it," like asking to get raped and like sexually assaulted and stuff like that. But really, it doesn't make any sense. Like it doesn't matter what girls wear, because like I've seen, like it's heartbreaking. Like I've seen like babies and women who were fully clothed, they still got raped. So it's not the clothes that attract attention for them to get raped. It's just how some men's mindsets are in general.
That's true. Again, especially in Black and Latino females, we get sexualized a lot, and it's like some of these females feel like if they don't have their bodies, then they don't feel like they're feminine enough in their bodies, and it's kind of sad. This actually is a result due to slavery. I don't know. I forgot her name, but like a lot of Black women were sexualized for their bodies in slavery and were put in museums. It was really sad. How do you feel about this topic, Megan?
And you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So, like, I agree with what everybody was saying. And honestly, like, with body dysmorphia and all this stuff and body shaming, it basically ultimately leads to, like, eating disorders. And especially with eating disorders, you can literally die from one. Like, people have all these myths and stuff like that saying, like, people who are anorexic, they don't eat, but it's like the complete opposite. Like they want to eat, they wish they can eat, but well, it's not like they wish they can eat, but they would like to eat, but it's like that voice in their head that's like telling them, oh, if you eat this, you're gonna gain weight or something like that. That's what people, that it's just like, I don't know, it's very a really big topic, and honestly I feel like it's overlooked at some points, and with eating disorders it's very tricky because there's just like you can't, I feel like when you go through one, you can never get rid of it. It's always in your mind, and especially with eating disorders, it can obviously lead to it can lead to like other health issues like PCOS. You can get like memory fogs and stuff like that. And with I think you can also get amenorrhea, which is when you lose your period. For especially with women, that's when you lose your period, and when you lose your period, that means you're infertile. And that means that you can't have kids if you want to because your period is not coming. It's people say it's common because like many athletes have it because again with like people with eating disorders, they exercise, and when they exercise they over exercise. So along with over exercising, they're not eating enough. So with that leads to the loss of your period. And then because a period for a woman is so big, like that's what regulates your hormones in your body, that if you don't have it, that basically means like your body is calling for help, like it's trying to like
I totally agree with that, Megan.
Yeah.
And a great movie that depicts that type that everything you just said is To the Bone in Netflix. It really showed what it was like for this girl. I forgot her name, but it's basically about this girl. She goes through this journey of anorexia and how and her healing journey and everything. It just really shows the hardships of what anorexia and ED does to you and does to your friends and family in general.
You know, most of the things that Megan said, like, I honestly never even knew was a thing. Like, for example, losing your period, like, I never even knew that was something that was even like possible to happen.
My general feeling is that it's a tough thing to deal with, and unfortunately, we don't really live in a happy and jolly society. I'm not saying suck it up. I am saying to love yourself a lot so that like words like that won't affect who you are as a person. Because at the end of the day, your body is beautiful. Your body is the best. You don't have to compare it to anybody else. You are you. That's all that's important.
You know, that's also like really kind of hard for some people because like they feel like they have to like please other people, like make themselves look a certain way to make other people happy when they should really just be appreciating themselves. And like another thing is like some things I love about TikTok is like there's some women or men on there that actually appreciate their body and like show their confidence on TikTok. And like when I check the comments, I can see that it puts confidence in other people too.
Right, you need to learn to like love yourself, and like you said, it takes time, but some people just aren't happy with the body they're in, but one day they'll soon come to realize that they're no like they might be different from everybody else, but like you're just your own person and you can't really change that unless you like actually wanted to.
I think that's it for today. This is our first episode and many more to come. This is Isada
Aaliyah.
And Alicia.
And Megan.
signing off. Bye.
Unsure of my naked body, stand back, watch it taking shape, wondering why I don't look like Barbie. They say boys like girls with a tiny waist. Now my mama's preaching to make sure I'm pure, but I never really cared about this shit before. Look around the room to whoever wants me. Boys acting like they ain't seen skin before. Got sent home to change cause my skirt is too short. It's my fault, cause I put icing on top. Now the boys wanna taste of the strawberry shortcake. That's my bad, no one told them not to grab. Now the boys wanna taste of the strawberry shortcake. Make sure that my legs are shiny. Hot wax melting, burn my skin. People all around me watching closely, cause it's how I look and not what I think. Nikes I seem to be glued to her chest, so I'm stuffing my bra so that mine look the best. It's my fault, cause I put icing on top. Now the boys wanna taste of the strawberry shortcake. That's my bad, no one told them not to grab. Now the boys wanna taste of the strawberry shortcake. Instead of making me feel bad for the body I